My first impressions without tasting the coffee yet, but setting it up, was it was a bit, yeah, it was cool. Where we bought it, CoolBlue, they had like some instructional videos. Those helped. You saw still I ran into some problems. They were all solved, and maybe quite common little problems, like, you know, having this tray has to be pushed in all the way. This has to be in good, of course, and this has to not be jammed, which everything was fine. Just the tray wasn't in. But other than that, I mean, it's a real machine. So I guess you have to expect a little more work and a little more elbow grease to get it brewing the way you want. So I'm curious. It looks like something you have to fiddle with and get used to, but it looks like something we'll really enjoy, and better than that old Senseo we had. So yeah, curious how this one will, in the end, work out. I'm gonna try a cup of coffee tonight, and we'll let you know how it tastes. Okay, finally getting rid of this old Senseo. Also Philips. It's seen its best day, and it's time to get a real one. You know, get some real coffee beans. And this is what we got, the 3200 series with 4 drinks in it. So we're gonna unbox it, check it out, and show you how to set it up. It's pretty easy. I saw a Dutch video, and I'll do this video in English, of course. So let's check it out. It's a lot bigger than I thought, but maybe it's just the packaging. Well, we'll see. All right, so it's a pretty big one. Inside looks like this. It's pretty well packaged. The box out of the way there. Boy, oh boy. It's a lot bigger than I thought. But anyway, I guess for your 300 and something euros, you get something these days, right? There's something in there. That's the water filter, or what they call it, the Aqua Clean. It protects your machine from lime scale deposits, or kalk, as they call it in Dutch. The white stuff that builds up, you know, in the water. It's not really harmful, but it's just not good for the piping. All that. Now let's get this. And it comes with a full manual. I mean, look at that. Well, of course, it's in 100 different languages. I'm exaggerating, but it's in a lot of different languages. And then after that, you insert the Aqua Clean, but you first have to put it in a pitcher of water, which we'll get to in a second here. Alright, so first things first, let's plug her in here. Take off this tape here, because we're going to need to get into that. This is where you put the coffee beans up top here. Pretty clean. You can also put filtered coffee in there too, which is kind of cool. Okay, so we plugged it in. You have to fill the reservoir with water. The reservoir is on this side. Comes out like that. You pull it forward. Okay, so we're going to take this. There we go. Put the water in there. Well, that's quite good. The water goes in very nice and without any problems. That was quite neat. This one is not supposed to be like this to have in the video the whole time. It's supposed to be like this. And that's how it goes in there. Okay, the water filter's right here. Okay, so put the water in, you push it in, and you push the on button. So I'm on page 7 here in the manual. I'm going to push the on button, which is over here to the left. It's coming into action. All kind of lights flashing. And you take the Aqua Clean water filter, the unhardener, the water softener, and we need to put it in water. Wait for it to shake it for 5 seconds, and they shake it this way. Okay, then you're supposed to put it in the water this way. So put it in the water this way. It's going to bubble up. They want all the bubbles out, they say. Well, no, they say 30 seconds. The total time will be 5 minutes. And you want to get all the bubbles out, so we're going to turn it around. It probably would be better to have a bit of a bigger jug than this so I could turn it sideways, but anyway. After 30 seconds. Okay, one thing that the movie tells us but the instructions didn't is you're supposed to put the beans in first. I'm going to turn it off. So it made a lot of noise but it didn't really do anything. And I'm going to fill in the beans in here. Just put the beans right up in there. So I'm just going to... I guess you just fill it right up. Something like that. You get your beans in there. And you put your little liddy here back on there. See, this is where the optional filter, you put your filtered coffee, your already grinded coffee in there. And you can do filter coffee with a certain setting. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's try this again here. Hit start, the play button. Right, hot water comes off that side. So you can make tea. So that seems to be working. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to take out the water, which just spoke a little bit. We're going to empty that out. And I'm going to take the filter here. Put it down there, like this way. You see it goes into that little hole in there. So you got to put it in there like that. Boy, you need some thin hands to get into that one. And you just kind of push it down in there. Fill it up again. Put it in there. Another reason this light might be flashing right here is that the service door in here can be open, and I did sort of take off the tape off of there inside. So we're going to check the service door. I'll show you it here. See, there's the light that's... But in here is the service door. Now, it does appear to be closed, but I did have it opened. So maybe I need to make sure that that is really closed good. So this might not be placed right. We gotta check that. Maybe then, oh, maybe that wasn't in. Oh, that could be it. I think it was that. This was not all the way in. So that's probably it. Let's try that now. We're gonna put you back in here. Slide you right in there. Oh, look, it's already given a good sign there. So that thing has to be pushed all the way in, down below. It's doing its whole trickeroony there again. Back out of troubleshooting. which kind of helped the troubleshooting part. And back into, okay, blah, blah. Okay, it's going to take 3 seconds. Hold in the AquaClean button for 3 seconds. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now we're going to press play. There's going to be 1 minute of action. As a matter of fact, for 1 minute of action, we're going to switch Kapparunskis. Yeah, it's hot water, all right. And we're going to do 1 minute of action. Hit play. We have to check the water hardness here. For that we need to go in here. Into this bag. Give you a coffee thing. And here's a water hardener test. And here is a grease for Sacco, Phillips, and Gaggia espresso machines. Okay, so you put it for 1 second underwater, you wait 1 minute, and you get the result. So you just got to open up this little thing here. Looks like a Band-Aid type of thingamahoo. But you do have to kind of tear it open, it looks like. Okay, there we go, we get it out. 3 seconds underwater. No, sorry, 1 second underwater and 1 minute wait. So 1. And let's wait. So you can see here. Well, it looks like for sure it's 2. We're going to have to turn the machine off anyway, so we're going to turn off the machine now. It's a little more than 2, but it's basically 2. Right? Okay. So what we're going to do... Okay, so turn it on again. Now we need to go to the water hardener. Really 2, maybe 2 1/4, but 2. Okay, so you gotta switch the machine off. Switch to hold the aroma strength, which is this one. Till lights, all the icon go on. Figure 2. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, there it works. Now next part. Yeah, we need 2. So. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to go, maybe you have to go here to set it. Oh yeah, 1, 2. There we go. Now we got the right hardness. Then we hit here. And that's ready. And then we can turn it back on. And it's ready to go. Now the classic it's off on its own again. I'm not sure what's going on. Well, that's the first time something came out of there. All right, well, good, I guess. Okay. Now the next thing is the frother. So you gotta turn this to the left. And you basically install it like this. And that's your milk frother for, you know, making the milk for the cappuccino. And if you take this off, that's of course to the left for your tea. You gotta clean that every time you use it. And now it's down to seeing how it actually makes the first cup of coffee, because that's going to be what we're going to use it a lot for, just plain old coffee. I keep it under the milk frother just in case. So we have coffee. We can hit coffee. You can get the strength of the coffee here. You can click strong. We'll do medium. We've got 2. You can get more. You can fill your cup up more. We'll just keep it like that. The temperature you can also adjust. And you just hit play. Now we hear that one going. Oh, there we go. Black gold. Now that does not look that strong, so let's try that again. Now I'm going to make sure now that I get a few more beans up in there, because there might not be enough beans in or around the sides there. Well, let's just put them all back in there. Maybe I was overreacting. Put the lid back on top there. But that looks a lot more like coffee. A lot better. Serve, I guess you could say. Oh yeah. That looks decent, but I should add, very important, these beans are a 7, which might be fine for a lot of people. I think we're more up on the 9, which these are. These are very dark. They're probably up around 8 or a 9. So might have to try those beans out. But this looks good. Actually, this looks pretty good. It smells good. I think we're ready to start serving coffee, guys. So that's a little intro. I really don't know how it is yet. I'm going to taste some coffee and we'll come back and let you know how it tastes. My first impressions without tasting the coffee yet, but setting it up, was it was a bit... yeah, it was cool. Where we bought it, CoolBlue, they had like some instructional videos. Those helped. You saw still I ran into some problems. They were all solved, and maybe quite common little problems, like, you know, having this tray has to be pushed in all the way. This has to be in good, of course, and this has to not be jammed, which everything was fine. Just the tray wasn't in. But other than that, I mean, it's a real machine. So I guess you have to expect a little more work and a little more elbow grease to get it brewing the way you want. So I'm curious. It looks like something you have to fiddle with and get used to, but it looks like something we'll really enjoy, and better than that old Senseo we had. So yeah, curious how this one will, in the end, work out. I'm gonna try a cup of coffee tonight, and we'll let you know how it tastes. Alright, so we can move this down like this a little bit. Out of the way. Turn it on.
Nee, dat is eigenlijk een beetje samenspraak met collega's. Die vonden wel tijd. Ik ben nu denk ik 5 jaar vrijgezel.
Okay, we're gonna go for an coffee 2 times and stir it strong. Do it like that, and we're gonna hit the let it roll button. Now there it is. Now don't let the little bit light color. I like a lot of milk in my coffee and honey. Honey in my coffee, yeah. But in general, it tastes quite good. The Starbucks 9, level of bean was better than the other one. That's the one problem. It's hard to change your beans once they're in there. You have to let them grind through, and you might have to throw away a cup of coffee if you really don't like the bean, or maybe two. And getting the beans out is a little bit of a process, but for the rest, it works pretty good. It's getting used to it. Definitely have to tinker with it in the beginning. But basically, oh, it is delicious. It really is. And it's better than that Senseo thing we had in any event. So, anyway, definitely like it. First impressions, you saw how to set it up a little bit. It's a little bit tricky, but it's all possible. So, anyway, have a great day. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. All right, take care. See you now.